Jim's awesome. You want to know why Jim is awesome? Because I reach out to a lot of people in independent media. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and he just is like, I'm ready to do it. And he's doing events. He's doing events when I feel like independent media should have done this 20 years ago. You have InfoWars National, there's all these big names. Why aren't they doing events like this? They have hundreds of thousands of followers. So I followed independent media since, well, I was 13. I used the internet to my advantage. I researched ingredients. I got into health. And then from there, I naturally got into freedom because it was only the natural result of looking into the truth to this universe. I was a truth seeker. I wasn't just going to stop at one thing. You know, I wanted to go the full way. As Buddha says, the hardest thing is starting and then going all the way, right? So this is what I did. And Jim, I found among my path, my Tao. This is the path of freedom. Path in ancient Chinese translate to the word Tao, T-A-O. The ancient Chinese were the first really to encapsulate liberty ideas. A lot of people don't know this. I talk a lot about philosophy and psychology, the deeper roots to what's going on, because so many people like to look at the symptoms of what is going on, hence the politics, the people who are running for office, changing the laws, changing the problems, giving a pill to the ill. This is all symptom management, but getting to the root cause is what is causing it. Well, there's a belief system in the masses. David Rodriguez mentioned it. Not a lot of people here probably ever heard of it. It's called statism. And we talk about statism versus voluntarism. Jim Gale wanted me to mention there are two people who I came across too on my path among Jim, who are also very receptive, who are creating change in this world. And I expect within the next couple of years to have exponential growth in the independent media because they're actually doing something. And that is Mark Passio and Larkin Rose. Now, not to discredit any of the independent media out there, but let's be honest, they have a business model, they have things to sell, they want more clicks, they want more subscribers. And I'm looking at it like I need to approach this differently because change has not occurred in the past 20 years. Why is InfoWars at $1 billion lawsuit? I'm going to put them on fire. I don't care. You know, they can invite me on. I don't care. I will speak my mind. They have Mark Passio in their network, right? And Mark Passio is different from all the other people that are on the network. They barely invite anybody who talks about this root cause because a lot of it is left versus right. So I'm not about that. I want to talk about nature, unifying ideas. Food forest, the most basic essential things, because if we get lost in the details, this is how we keep getting into the symptom management. This is how we get into confusion and chaos. And so, you know, I ran into Cameron as well. Cameron from the Food Forest community, thank you. I did an event with him recently and he spoke in Western Florida. If you're from Florida, reach out to me because I have Florida groups, okay? And we're bartering, we're connecting, we're bringing everybody together. So it's called Florida United, F-U, Freedom Unigroup, okay? That's what it's called. So anybody from Florida, you can join that. We have a Telegram. We have a bunch of resources for people. I encourage that because a lot of people here are from Florida. If you're not, that's okay because we're doing things worldwide. I have a summit. You can send a 1-minute clip. You can be featured among other speakers. I have had summits with David Icke and Mark Passio and Derek Brose and many other individuals. And I don't care what you think, just don't impose it on other individuals. That's the simple message of the golden rule, basic morality, which we're teaching. It's not difficult to understand. Yeah, everybody needs to be fed food. Everybody should treat each other with respect. So why are these ideas not embraced in the common world? It's because we live with a contradiction in our own belief system that we don't realize we have, and that is statism. So again, I encourage that you look into this information because I don't have much time to speak, but I am just introducing this to you guys, the freedom community, because if you want to get to the root cause, that's what we have to do. I thought I was going to talk here about spontaneity and nature, but this is what came spontaneously on my mind because I talk about modern slavery. I talk about abolitionists and how they were the model for essentially what we should do, creating towns for the Underground Railroad, helping slaves escape. This is a community right here. There's other people who are creating intentional communities. That is helping people get out of the system, but it's simply because people realize it's better than the current system. It's our system that we're supposed to have, right? So I'm not going too long, am I, Jim?
No, I just want to make sure that you mention he just became a best-selling author. Boom. Can you share about that?
Sure. So I have a book, Tao, The Full Return to Nature. So it goes into Taoism, the ancient Chinese concept, which is so crucial because Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching, is the second most translated work in the world after the Christian Bible. Yet most people in the West have never even heard of it. And like I said, it's the roots really to liberty. This guy left China at the time when Confucius was gaining power as a philosopher. And he said, I'm not with these rules and regulations. That's just going to cause more corruption in humankind. If we want humankind to be orderly, properly, we have to let go. We have to let go of our control. So it's a bit of an irony in the universe, which is why I have this yin-yang necklace that comes from Taoism. It's a tied to two. And light and dark, masculine and feminine, positive and negative. You can't see light unless you have darkness. You can't breathe unless you inhale first. Everything around you has principles, and this is what we get to, is the fabric of the universe, spiritual, psychological principles, and they're all at work, and they're at work with the plants. So when I talk about spontaneity, what if we can let go and allow order to manifest on its own? Rather than trying to create new laws, put new politicians in office, what if I said it's even easier than that? What if I said freedom is your natural given state, that the answers are all given to you already in nature, that all you have to do is learn how to let go and let nature take its course? Jim talks about in his videos, he never expected to really get to where he is, but he brought the energy in and he shared his intent with the world and it manifested on its own. It was spontaneous. Okay, so that's what I want to do. And Sam, I want you to come up here. Come here, come on. Tell me I'm almost up on time. She's awesome. This lady right here has been doing all this work for setting up this whole event. And I don't know if any of you guys know that. She is awesome.
I just want to say thank you for letting me be here, and I'm just here to help out. Honestly, he's given me way too much credit, but thank you all, and yeah, thank you, Jim, for all of this, and all of the speakers, and all of the knowledge.
I want to give a quick minute to Bing. Come over here. Okay, so this guy is from China. Okay, he left China. So talking about ancient Chinese philosophy, I mean, it's been lost even in the Chinese world as Confucius thought took over, and this idea of, well, man is intrinsically evil, so we must fix him with laws. This idea that, you know, humans are not naturally beautiful and that we need to inject them, we need to give them all these pills, we need to do all these things to make humans be good. What if humans can actually be good if we learn to let them be good? We learn to let go and allow nature to do its thing. There's this order and it's so beautiful. So share about the chaos that maybe you went through in China and how you got over here a little bit.
First of all, apologize, I lost my voice today. Cannot talk much. Yes, I came from China about 25 years ago. When I was 30 years, I lived through the so-called socialism and communism. In 1989, you guys heard of that, in Tiananmen Square event, and I was one of the students over there. Since I came here, I came to FSU Florida State as a civil engineer graduate student. And I got my degrees. I work as an engineer. I am a civil engineer. My team, my company, my partners over there, we help Jim to get the projects permitted, design, and build. That's what I do. I also am a writer, amateur writer. What I just wrote a book about another book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. So this morning on my way here, I was having breakfast and sitting to a next table with a lady here. We eating, we didn't chat until at the end we start to talk. And the lady named called Melanie, who is related to the author of The Creature from Jekyll Island. Melanie, where are you? So we talked. I told her that I wrote a book about the creature from Jekyll Island, and Mr. G. Edward Griffin, the author, was my idol. By the way, for all the young people here, everyone is young here, in my opinion. If I can make a suggestion, if you can read a book next year, read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. That's my recommendations. When I got here, then I talked with Melanie, and we called the author, Mr. G. Edward Griffin, and we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation. I was so excited and so happy. So one more thing.